Losing lobster traps is an unavoidable part of fishing the Maine coast. Some fishermen estimate they lose as much as 10% of their gear every year.
Well, News Center Maine's Ryan Bell shows us how one team now is working to recover those lost traps, protecting both the economy and the ecosystem.
Like most lobstermen, Buzz Scott packs up his boat each morning to haul traps. Working on the water for nearly 2 decades, he knows it's a grueling and unpredictable industry.
There are not as many resources in the ocean as there used to be.
That's why his crew does its fishing a little differently.
Bombs away!
Matt and Alex are professional divers.
Everyone!
And they're not looking for lobster, just the traps used to catch them. Scott estimates that more than 10 million lobster traps lay abandoned on the seafloor along Maine's coast. He's spent the last 7 years trying to clean them up as executive director of the nonprofit OceansWave.
They're finding so many they don't really move from one spot. They'll stay in a 50-foot circle, and they'll just do it all day long.
Lost gear, also known as ghost gear, can harm the ecosystem. Plastic coatings can be dangerous for fish, while the gear itself makes it harder for young lobsters to survive.
In the natural habitat, they can get away from each other. In these traps, not so much.
So as divers scour popular fishing locations, attaching lines to the lost traps and hauling them up.
I think our record for one dive there was 27, 28 traps.
We marked and tagged a trap for recovery every 2 minutes.
Once it's on the boat, crews assess the state of the trap. If it's in good shape, it's returned to its owner.
The tag on this trap is from 2000.
But much of the older gear is beyond repair, so it's crushed and recycled.
The wire for the traps is taken, melted down, and repurposed.
To build patios, create chicken wire, or make new lobster traps. OceansWide is concentrating its efforts primarily around the islands of North Haven and Vinyl Haven, but has worked in several locations along the Midcoast, all with the same result.
When OceansWide clears an area of ghost traps, fishermen tell us every time that area fishes better.
They're encroaching on where fishermen can actually fish because they are getting in the way of where the traps that they're currently fishing can go down.
Their goal is to scale the work up and dive the entirety of Maine's coast. A costly venture, but one Scott and his crew say is well worth the price.
I want to make sure that we've got the resources protected so that the fishing community can continue to thrive.
To improve life above and below the surface. Off the coast of Vinyl Haven, Ryan Bell, News Center, Maine.
OceansWide says the work they have done so far is just a drop in the bucket. They are working to secure more funding to expand those operations throughout Maine.